In these two boxes behind me, there is a machine that makes 400 pounds of ice a day, and I got it off Amazon for only $1,300. We're gonna open them up and put them together. I gotta say, it's kind of hard to beat Amazon Prime's free shipping, so it's kind of crazy. $1,300 might sound like a lot for an ice machine, but if you look at an ice machine like I used to work for Hoshizaki back in like 2010. A Hoshizaki ice maker that makes 400 pounds of ice a day is gonna run you between $3,000 to $5,000. So the question is this thing going to last, or is it going to just blow up? And we're gonna find out. Let's see what's inside. The grand reveal. Okay. Again, the grand reveal. Yeah. Nothing really to see. Here we go. So this is the top of the ice maker, and then that is the bottom. So this is gonna go on top of that. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it all out of the box and show you the final result. There she is, the top and the bottom. So this top part goes on top. All this is where the ice is gonna sit in. So this is the part that makes the ice. You have your water in and your drain outlet in the back, your electrical plug. So this will sit, make ice, and the ice will drop in here, and then you can open this bad boy up, get your ice out of there. And it also came with this box, which has a bunch of bags of ice, or like yeah, little bags you can fill with ice, so that's kind of cool. And then just some water tubing, and I kind of had a good chuckle because it came with this ice scooper, but this is such a tiny ice scooper. Like, look how small this ice scooper is. It'd take you 100 scoops to put 100 pounds in the boat. Luckily, I ordered a big ice scooper off Amazon, which I'll show you guys once that arrives. Here's the legs, which have some rust on them. That screw is pretty rusty, but I was kind of expecting this because big shout out to my boy Matt from Marathon Sport Fishing. I was going sword fishing with him a couple of months ago, and I saw this ice maker at his house. He loves it. It's been running great for him for like 4-6 months now, but he did warn me. It comes kind of beat up a little bit. There's like little scratches and blemishes, and there's a pretty solid dent right there. You can probably see it. That guy right there, that's got a nice dent. There's like a pretty solid scratch right there. Some scratches there. The back is like really beat up. That is like exposed metal, big dents and scratches. More scratches. So it looks like it is metal underneath, and it's got this like protective foil on top of it. But I knew this going into this. I was expecting it to be a little beat up, so I'm not really too worried. At the back, I don't really care about. The front, I mean, that dent, I don't really care about it. And even if you bought a really expensive ice maker, they're just so big and so heavy, they usually get beat up when you ship them. And all of this begs the question, is it worth it? So right now, there is my current ice maker. And if you're thinking about buying a little ice maker like that and you fish, don't even do it. Don't even buy this little thing. It only holds about a 5-gallon bucket worth of ice. And ice makers, no matter how nice they are, end up looking like crap after a while. So that's why I don't care about the dents and scratches. Look at my chest freezer. I mean, geez. Yeah. But if you're going fishing, a 5-gallon bucket of ice isn't enough. So even if you spend $500 to $1,000 on a little ice maker, what's the point when you still gotta go buy more ice? Which brings you to buying a big ice maker. Now, is it worth it? Let's do the math. I live here in the Florida Keys. I live right on the water, and I do a lot of fishing. My boat is right there on the dock. And if you're not subscribed to the South Florida Fishing channel, push that subscribe button because we put out a lot of fishing videos. So I go fishing about 2 times a week, and I use anywhere from 50 to 100 gallons of ice per fishing trip when I go offshore, which is about $25 to $35 depending where you buy your ice. Not to mention all the driving you got to do and waiting in line, and all the buying ice is a waste of time. 100 fishing trips a year, spending about 30 bucks on ice on every trip. That is $3,000 a year I spend on ice. And that doesn't count all the other times I use ice when I have a party at the house, or sometimes after a fishing trip we're just too tired to clean the fish and I'll just go buy some more ice and just top off the fish. Or when we go sword fishing and we catch swordfish and rosies, we like to ice it down for a day or two. Same when we go hunting. We like to ice down our animals for a couple days. So $3,000 a year I spend on ice, and this was $1,300. If this thing lasts me 6 months, it's basically breaking even. If it lasts me more than a year, I'm in the money, baby, and everything after that is a big old bonus. If you're getting kind of interested in buying one of these, I'm gonna put the Amazon link in the video description below, but I'm gonna put it together now and let's see how it makes ice. I got the ice maker set up, but I have some good and some bad news. The bad news is I got water all over my floor, but the good news is it's an easy fix. This thing made so much ice overnight, it's not even funny. And I already took a couple of 5-gallon buckets out of there. It pretty much filled up the whole thing overnight. And did I mention that I got a new chest freezer? Here's the old one and the new one. Yeah, we upgrading up here, but ooh, that is wet. Let me show you all what's going on here. So in the back you have your water in outlet. My buddy gave me this big water filter that I was going to use, but I didn't realize it. It actually came with a water filter that had all the right fittings. So I just attached this water filter, which goes right in here. That's my water intake. That's pretty cool that it comes with its own water filter. Then we have our ice outlet drain, which when the ice maker flushes itself, which it does like once or twice a day, it'll flush it and put all of that back there. And I have a hole right there going outside. That's all good. Where I'm leaking from is there's a drain on the bottom where the ice melts. So it's not draining properly. And it seems like the fitting under it, so there it is, and it is dripping from there. So I'm going to take all the ice out, take the top back off, and I'm going to make sure there's a really good fitting on the bottom of there. And then I'm going to put the whole ice maker on cinder blocks, so it's going to sit higher than the hole going outside, so that way the gravity will take all the water out and there shouldn't be any more drainage. But other than that, I am loving this thing. I can't believe how much ice it made overnight. The ice maker is actually this metal, and this is a protective film. You can actually take it off the whole thing, but I'm gonna leave it on because it matches my other appliances, and on top of that it protects the metal so it's not gonna rust as quickly. So I'm just gonna leave that film on there. I got an update for y'all, and damn, it looks messy back here, but so this is the plug that goes into the bottom for the drain. So you see there's a drainage hole there, so when your ice melts it drains out the bottom and outside. But mine was leaking a lot, so I went and I bought a new attachment for it, and I put Teflon tape on it, and it still leaked. So I just went hardcore. Where's all this stuff? Okay. I just put this thread locker, the blue thread locker, and I put this stuff called goop, and I also put Teflon tape on there, and I went hard. I put like 3 layers on there. If it drips now, I won't even understand how, but I got that fully sealed. You could see the blue. I mean, that should hold. I also got the cinder block set up, so it's going to be elevated and it'll be higher than the drainage hole, so it should drain perfectly fine. Should we see what happens? Kind of nervous. I did want to add that there is a drainage pump that came with this ice maker. Some people may want to use the drainage pump. but I want to have a gravity fed drainage on the bottom, so I'm not even going to use that pump. I got some water in here, so let's tip it down and see what happens. We got our water in there. Moment of truth. Is it dripping? I swear if it's dripping, I might cry. Oh, thank gosh. No, I don't think it's dripping. I think we're good. We did it. It's been 3 weeks now since we've installed the ice maker, and I'm gonna give you the pros and the cons so far. I got everything cleaned up down here. Got my rods, my rigging station, my tackle. Yes. We even have a Nintendo 64 down here. Get down and jiggy in the game room. We also got our bikes. We got fast ones, slow ones, mountainy kind of ones. We got the gym back there. The only thing missing is a new floor. We got the rebar kind of coming up through the ground here. That's all rebar coming up. So we need a new layer of cement or concrete. But other than that, let's talk about the ice maker. So she is making ice beautifully. It's kind of hard to explain how much ice is in there. I did get an upgraded scooper. This one's the bigger one. So not even half of that will completely fill up my boat with ice. All of my coolers, my fish kill bag, all of it. And by the time I get back from the fishing trip, it's already full again to the top. So she is doing wonders. I lifted her up on these concrete bricks. The drainage pipe that I installed needed to be higher, obviously, than the hole leading outside through the wall. So I had to lift her up a little bit. That way it can gravity feed the water, all the melting ice, and just go out through that wall. It did come with the pump, so you could use a pump to pump the water out, but I think the gravity fed is much better. Really, the only con so far is that the original fitting for the drainage on the bottom wasn't watertight, but it wasn't really a big deal to fix. Something to take into consideration. Now, one thing I really do like about this unit is it's super easy to get into it. You just loosen these 2 screws, just a couple of turns, and you can open it right up and easily access everything. Oh, it looks like there's some ice in here. Very easy to access everything if you need to work on anything. There's the screen with all your options. I also had a new chest freezer put in. This one's a big boy. 2 doors on top, and then we also have our fridge here, which I just had to move slightly so I could reach this screw. Move the fridge back, and voila! That's how easy it is to service this ice maker. Yeah, I guess for the price, you can't beat it. I haven't had any more issues with it. Everything seems to be pretty good. I'll put the Amazon link to this ice maker in the video description. I'll also link the chest freezer if you're interested, and the little ice scooper that I got for it. Do you guys think this ice maker is worth the $1,300? Is there a better ice maker that you would recommend? I will be pinning a comment to this video, and when this ice maker finally dies on me, I will update the comment to let you guys know when the ice maker finally died and what happened. So that way, if you're wondering how long does this ice maker last for, well, just look at the pinned comment on this video. If I can get anything over a year out of this, I'm already gonna be pretty happy. If I get anything over 2 years, woo, money in the bank, baby. Now I can focus on fishing. If you wanna watch some fishing videos, hit that like, or actually hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.